What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Cameron, back at it again with a call of sweat, ops, Cold War. And in today's video, guys, we're talking about the map design. Now, these maps feel a little bit strange. A lot of people are throwing a bunch of conspiracy theories out there. Well, not really conspiracy theories. They have a lot of validity to them. But some of these maps just feel weird. I think majority of them are decent. I only think there's a couple stinkers in there. I haven't really played the combined arms game mode. I tried it. I don't like it. I haven't tried the dirty bomb because I don't know. Does the dirty bomb affect your win-loss and KD and stuff, or is that separate? Because I know dirty bomb is a little weird. It's kind of like a BR thing. So please let me know what the story with that is. Because I know the dirty bomb maps are all going to be combined to make the new Warzone map, which I'm all for because when I played them in the beta, the dirty bomb maps were pretty cool. I played the ski resort, which was a lot of fun. And I didn't really like the forest one too much, mainly because I was getting shit on. So that's not really a good gauge for it. I do want to retry them, though, just to see if I like it still. I have heard it's a lot of fun. But do they affect your stats? Please let me know in the comment section below, because I'm a bit confused about that. I know you can level up guns pretty easily in there, so that's another reason I want to hop into dirty bomb. But we're not talking about that, and we're just talking about the other maps and how they are designed. Like I said, can't comment on the dirty bomb maps. Haven't really played those. Combined arms, just not really my jam. I don't think Call of Duty does large-scale battles very well. I think it just comes off like a bad Battlefield clone. I did play Crossroads once on there, and it was okay. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I was just getting sniped every time. So I don't know what was going on. The map looks really cool. I'll give them that. The map looks fantastic. I know Armada is another combined arms map, and I'm not really crazy about it. I don't really like it that much in 6v6, so I definitely don't like it that much in 12v12. It's not my jam. But let's talk about the core 6v6 maps and the stinkers of the group first. I think the worst maps in the game are definitely Checkmate and Armada, which is weird because they are the more traditional COD layout maps. They're small 3-lane maps, but I think what throws it off is the middle. The middle is terrible. I think Armada is not as bad because the B flag is not really in the power position, but I think they both need to reposition the B flag on these maps. In Checkmate, the B flag needs to be under the plane. I don't think it could be in the plane because it's just way too hard to take. Once somebody takes B, it's pretty much over because it's so easy to set up shop in that plane. And once you set up shop in that plane, you own the map. I get it. That's the whole, shtick of it. But it's super hard to flank on the left side of Checkmate. You can't even do it. The left side of Checkmate is useless. You can't go anywhere with that map. You know, there's way too many. Is it the left or the right side? I don't know. The much more open side, not the side with all the concrete slabs, the much more open side. That side is impossible. You cannot push through that side. You either get killed from the wing of the plane, you either get shot from the plane, or you either get shot from behind. There's nothing you can do. That part of the map is completely useless. I think the best thing, or what I do, is I either camp in the plane, uncamp in the back of the map, in either that tower or this little, window thing in the other spawn. It's terrible. This map sucks. You can't go to the middle of the plane. There's 50 different lines of sight where you get shot from. It is terrible. The plane is just the best spot to be, or the tower, or over there in the other spawn. Those are the best spots to be at because you can see people easily because there's 50 million different lines of sight in this game. I don't know why there's so many lines of sight. I think it was influenced by Joe Secott and his merry band of morons and incompetent Ward. I think that's what made this million lines of sight popular. I definitely despise it. It's hard to rush, especially with the players in my lobbies, because they're all good players. So they all know how to watch shit. They all head glitch, and that's another video for another time. But the lines of sight are terrible. There's way too many angles, and you can't check all those angles feasibly. You can't. It's impossible. And Checkmate is definitely the biggest offender of this many lines of sight. Cartel is another one. Cartel is also a big issue, too, in the middle. Cartel is useless. You can't do anything where the hangar and all the grass is. It's terrible. I think the grass is there to give you a little bit of cover so you can dip and dive, but it still doesn't really do the job. Terrible, terrible map, too. That's part of the map, at least, is terrible. I'm warming up a little bit to Cartel. Like I said, I think the ones I hate the most are Checkmate and Armada. Armada for the same exact reasons as Checkmate. One, it's a camp fest. The middle is terrible. Once some people get in the middle, they fucking own that shit, and you can't do anything. You're either going to get spawn trapped, and if you try to push underneath, there's somebody head glitching there. So it's impossible. Those two maps suck. Those two maps suck. I always leave if I see those two maps. Everyone's like, oh, Miami is the worst map in the game. No chance. Checkmate is definitely worse than Miami. Armada is definitely worse than Miami. I hate both of those maps. Sometimes I like Armada. I think I like it for free-for-all, at least. I think free-for-all is pretty good on Armada because, it's free-for-all. It's pretty hard to get spawn trapped in free-for-all. Or it's pretty hard to, everyone's kind of going to go for people in the power position. So it's always kind of a constant battle. For domination and TDM and other team-based game modes, however, it's terrible. These maps suck, especially for OBJ game modes. They are the worst maps in the game. They are impossible to do anything on. They definitely are trash. They're definitely just impossible to do anything on. I think OBJ game modes are trash on these two maps. They're the worst maps in the game. I think for free-for-all, Armada is at least decent. I think Checkmate has many of the same issues. And Checkmate, this fucking streaks suck. The streaks suck on Checkmate. You can't do anything with these streaks. They're terrible. What am I going to do with these streaks? Majority of the map is inside, and the chopper gunner doesn't even fly where you can see people because there's windows everywhere. So you're just shooting at windows. And if you get the VTOL jet, it doesn't matter either because you're just shooting at fucking windows. It's terrible, man. They need to open it up, or if the chopper gunner flies, open it up, open up the roof or something so you can just unload chaos on people. I mean, most of the time, you only get 3 or 4 kills with the chopper gunner or the VTOL jet because everyone's camping, unless you play combined arms. These are definitely Sledgehammer maps, guys. These are not Treyarch maps. There is no chance in hell that Treyarch, the guys who brought us Firing Range, Nuketown, Summit, Slums, Standoff, no way they made these terrible maps. I mean, Infinity Ward, I can kind of see how they've made these terrible maps because they have a track record of making terrible maps. Think about it. The new Infinity Ward, not the old one. The old one made some pretty damn good maps, Modern Warfare 1, Modern Warfare 2, even Modern Warfare 3, even though that was the newer Infinity Ward, with some help from Sledgehammer, had some good ones. But Ghost, Infinite Warfare, MW, terrible fucking maps. And a lot of them kind of seem like these maps, but these maps seem more like Sledgehammer maps. Cartel especially. Cartel really reminds me of Detroit from Advanced Warfare. It really reminds me of that map. It even kind of reminds me of Valkyrie. I think these maps are a lot like Sledgehammer maps, and they play exactly like Sledgehammer maps. They just feel the exact same way, which is very, very odd to me. I don't know why, but whenever I play these maps, I'm like, dude, this should have been like COD World War II or Advanced Warfare. This is not a Treyarch map. The map design in this game is odd, to say the least, and the worst offenders of this map design is Armada and Checkmate. Cartel is pretty bad too. I think the main issue is just the so many lines of sight. I think hopefully with Season 1, we'll see the more traditional 3-lane Treyarch maps that we've come to know and love. Hopefully we get those in the upcoming season. But if we don't, then, yeah, guys, it's another Call of Duty with some pretty forgetful maps. They aren't shit, They aren't shit like in Modern Warfare. So at least there is that. At least they're playable, but they're not very memorable. I really don't think there's been that many memorable maps over the last couple of years. Modern Warfare and Ghosts, I remember the most of them because they're so bad. I think the last Call of Duty that had good maps was Black Ops 3. I think Black Ops 3 was the last Call of Duty that had good maps. Black Ops 4 had good maps, but they were all pretty much the same exact fucking map. So, I mean, it got boring after a while playing the same exact map. But the ones I do love, I did love Contraband, and I did like Hacienda. Those two maps I loved. Those were very, very good maps. They brought back Grind. Grind is fantastic. They should bring back Grind. They should bring back Jungle. Jungle is kind of meh. It has a lot of nostalgia with people, but I do kind of think that map kind of sucks because, I don't know, people just camp up there. But I do think Jungle would be pretty nice. And also, what was the one from Black Ops 1 with all the rubble? That was a great map. Or Hanoi. They should bring back Hanoi from Black Ops 1. That was a fantastic map. I would definitely enjoy Hanoi. I definitely would like that map a shit ton. Hopefully they add more like cool Vietnam maps because I think that's not really a thing that's explored that much. We've only seen it in one game and this game, but there's no multiplayer maps in Vietnam, so it's kind of weird. But I would like to see some like jungle maps. I think that would be pretty cool. But I guess Cartel is a jungle map, but that map is kind of I just hate the middle, dude. I think if they do something with the middle, add a little bit more cover in the middle, maybe it'll be good. But I don't know. It's just weird. It is a very, very odd map, to say the least. Moscow is pretty fun. I actually really like Moscow. I think Moscow is a pretty good map. Miami sucks. Miami's another pretty bad map. It just feels like a Modern Warfare map. I think Checkmate and Armada are just bad maps. They're bad Treyarch maps, for sure they are. Because they're small 3-lane, but they're trying to hold million lines of sight thing for Modern Warfare, which sucks. But Miami's a Modern Warfare map. 10 million buildings everywhere, 50 million lines of sight, camping everywhere, dark as shit, can't see anything. It's basically vibrant Piccadilly. But I kind of like it sometimes because you could just camp like a dick in the hotel and shit on people. But the map is not very good. I'm not going to defend that map. It just looks super cool. Satellite is a good map, but I always get sweaty lobbies in Satellite, man. Satellite is always a sweat fest. Nuketown is Nuketown. It's a good map, but it's a shit show. But, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about this terrible map design in the comment section below. This is your boy Cameron. Thank you all for watching. I am out.